Hello, welcome to Kit to Craft. If you're seeing this video, you've purchased one of our craft kits, and today we'll be demonstrating how to put together the vampire gnome. Isn't he cute? Anyway, let's get started by unboxing our kit, or unpackaging our kit. You will find in the kit one styrofoam cone, your tool. You will have a set of printed patterns. You will also have three pieces of black felt and one piece of burgundy. You will find some straight pins in a little bag. You will have the beard that goes with the gnome. And you'll also have a little bag with the two vampire teeth and nose. You will need a glue gun, some glue sticks, and some scissors. Next, we want to take a look at our pattern pieces. Each pattern piece is labeled to the body part of the gnome that it corresponds to. It also states whether it goes on red or black felt. So the numbers that you see on your instructions that correlates with a certain piece of the pattern. Okay, so next you'll want to secure with your straight pins, secure the pattern pieces onto the felt. We want to secure the pattern pieces to the felt. It doesn't take very many pins to secure the pattern to the felt, just a few. And it's okay if you take the edge of the pattern piece and line it up with the felt. Some of the pieces are rather large, so you want to get the most out of your felt. Here's a little look over of how we secured the pieces to the felt. Okay. You will not have a number 6. Number 6 pattern piece is actually the beard. You should leave them on. It leads to less confusion along the way. First, you'll be removing the piece that says the stove top. Remove that from the felt. You'll want to take the felt piece and you'll want to roll it in a tube. You'll want it to be roughly the same size as the top of the hat. So take your piece number 2 that says the top of the hat, set it down, and then roll your fabric piece to be about the same size, roughly, as the hat top. You want it, of course, to be short end to short end. Okay. It happens to be just a little bit smaller than the hat top. You can always take your scissors and trim off the excess. You want that hat piece to be your guide. You'll be putting some of your hot glue on the short end of the fabric. You'll be rolling it. Remember, roughly the same size as the hat top. You're safe to remove the pins from the hat top, just like so. Then take a little bit of your hot glue, glue around your circle. So just like so. So you got a hat with a brim. I'm going to take your piece number 3. Number 3, if you notice that pattern piece has kind of a star in the middle, you'll want to cut along those lines, okay? And this is going to be this is the brim of the hat. An easy way to cut out this star in the middle of the brim is to fold it in half and just kind of cut along the lines. Then you're safe to remove the pins and remove the pattern from the felt. You want to take your piece here, the brim of the hat with the triangles, and you want to put a little bit of hot glue, just a dot, in the middle of each triangle. Actually, a little closer to the end, I guess, but just a dot. Just a little dot. Just like so. Then you want to take it, put it on top of the stove top, And then push the little triangles inward. Be careful because that glue is hot. There, and then you have a little hat. Now to set your hat aside. Next, we want to start working on the body of the gnome. Take your pattern piece that says base 1 back. It's pattern piece number 4. You go ahead and remove those pins from the pattern piece. And you'll want to be placing the back piece about 3/4 the way down the cone, so the bottom of the base piece is even with the bottom of the cone. Oops. So it'll look something like that. You want to take your base 2 piece. It says base 2 front. It's piece number 5. You'll want to remove those pins and basically repeat the same process as you did with the base number 1 piece. Next we'll want to take the beard for the gnome and secure it to the felt. You'll be securing it flush to the front piece that you just glued on. So at the top, line up the edges just like so. And you'll notice his beard goes pretty much all the way to the bottom. So now I'm going to take a little glue and glue on that beard. To the front piece, just like so. There we go. Next, you want to put the stovetop hat on the gnome. There's a seam in the back. You want to make sure that stays in the back. So the back of your gnome looks like that, and the front will look like that. I'm going to go ahead and put a little dab of glue on the cone in the front. And just a little bit there in the back. And then slide that hat right on. Make sure you can't see the cone anymore. There's no white showing. You don't want any white showing. You basically want the brim of the hat flush with the beard. Next, we're going to go ahead and glue the nose on. You'll want to put a dab of glue on the back, so you're putting the glue on the part that is not painted. Then the nose will go right under the brim of the hat. Right at the edge of the beard. Next, you'll want to glue the teeth on. The teeth for the gnome go right underneath the nose, just like so. So once again, just a little dab of glue. Gluing these teeth on is a little harder than what you would think. There we go. So basically the teeth go kind of right underneath the nose. Take your tool with the little rubber band. You want to take off that little rubber band. You want to take one piece of your tool and wrap it around the hat. It'll be a little longer than what you need, so you'll be able to kind of trim it as you go along. That's just a little too long. And then you want to take your rubber band. There we go.
So you just put the rubber band around once?
Actually, I did a couple times. Next, we want to work on assembling the cape of the gnome. Take your pattern piece that says cape, number 7. It'll be on the black felt. Go ahead and remove those pins. You want to go ahead and lay that piece flat, and then take your red felt piece, it says number 9, remove those pins, and then that will go on the inside of the cape. Oh, sorry, wrong side.
That's okay. It's hard to see upside down.
Yeah. So that's what it should look like. You can go ahead and, of course, glue those inner lining pieces to your felt. There. Next, you want to take the cape, and you're going to be placing it right under the brim of the hat in the back there. So when you face them forward, you can see those red pieces. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue. You'll be gluing just in the center. Next, remove the pattern pieces for the cowl of the cape. You want to glue the red piece onto the black piece, like so. Next, you want to glue on the cowl of the cape,
Which is like a giant collar.
yeah, which is basically a giant collar. What works best is if you take a little glue and you put just at the bottom corners. There we go. Yeah, so just a few drops in those corners. Then it'll be like this. And you want to lift up the brim of the hat in the back. Okay, kind of lift it up. And then you want to secure the cowl just under the brim of that hat. And because you put the glue on the corners, it should help it so it kind of stands up and out. Okay, we have a second piece of tulle. If you decide that you want another veil on your gnome, you can tie them just around the hat like so. It kind of gives your gnome an ethereal look. I just used like a single tie, I guess you would call it.
Not super tight.
Not super tight because you don't want to smash that hat. Do just like that. And then kind of foof it out, I guess you would say. And that completes the vampire gnome.